Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezy. Yo, party people in the place to be, what's good? It's Sunday morning. It's after 11. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Old School Knicks for basketball fans, for culture, for fans of the culture that just like talking about old school stuff in general. This is the place for you. I am the number one chief rocker in Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. I'm joined by the man that is so smooth that he does not require a chaser. It's still the real Anthony D is in the building.
Absolutely. Good morning to you. Good morning, Nick Nation. What's good, baby?
Hey man, I'm tired of our Caribbeans, bro. I'm frustrated with them. I'm tired of, bro. They don't
back to the curry powder.
they don't say hello. They don't say, you walk in the store. They don't even be like hello. They look up from whatever they doing, and it's like they don't offer you no menu. They don't tell you what they got in the store. They don't nothing have a price on it. You gotta that's
because you family. So when they see you, they say, "Freezy, go behind the counter."
I'm like I asked my because I saw they had the desserts up there, and I was like, "Yo, my man, like when y'all put the desserts out?" He's like, "They've been up there."
Exactly.
What does that mean? They've been up there.
That's like the back in the day wheat spot when you walked in there and they had one fabric softener since 1974.
They got Calgon up there.
They got easy ready soap.
Yeah.
Everything dusty. Like what's all right? Oh, cool. All right, I get it. All right. Let me get my bag of Doritos.
Right.
And get out of here.
Yeah, man. Salute to my people, though. Salute to my people. I gotta support them. You gotta support your people. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta support, absolutely.
Yeah, man. That's wild, bro. I was like, why all the drinks in here start at $4? Every drink is like $4, $4.50.
But that's everywhere though now. I mean, look at gas.
Oh.
I went to the gas, my normal dude, because I refuse to pump my own gas. So.
Oh, you from Jersey? I forgot.
Yeah. No, no, but I got spots here in New York where I refuse to pump my own gas,
right?
Unless I have to.
Right.
So, and my dude rolled up on me. He was like, "The normal." I was like, "No. You saw that price? That's over $5. Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
You give me half of what I used to do, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go park and not drive, bro.
That's what this is. I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. I was off for a good amount of time, and I was talking to her one day, and she was like, "Wow, you haven't." I said, "No, I'm not in a rush to go anywhere." I said, "I'm strategic."
Right.
He was out here run the road just to be going places, but because what? Somebody really need to see AD? I know I'm fresh and fabulous from Blanche Tears, but you know what I mean?
Right.
I start making appearance fees. I start making appearance amateur check. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we got.
You know what I mean? That's a whole nother. You're gonna have to pay for AD to step out the street.
Yeah, until we get to that Knicks fan TV level, that
Until we get to wherever.
that Knicks
You
film
gotta
school
pay
level where they dropping $100 super chats like 7-8 times a show. You know what I'm saying?
You know
You know
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying? Like,
Absolutely. So everything is, when I hear people just talking just regularly, you know what I mean? People make it work.
yeah.
Because if they didn't make it work, how could you have a Jay-Z concert sold out 3 nights in a row with 80,000 people still outside on night 3?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How could Knicks fans go from spot to spot to spot to spot?
Bruh, I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? Because what? Make it work.
Yo, I got a funny story to tell you. Could you called me one night? I think it was like Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, I was tied up in a knot. Like when you called me, I was like, oh my God, that's AD calling me, but I can't do nothing right now, man. I'm fucked. Bro, your man is on his fitness journey again, right? Like,
you ain't been off it besides a chicken wing or two.
Yeah,
in the last couple years.
Aside the mac and cheese and the ham, and I mean, what can you do?
What can you do? Mac and cheese. We just not walking past that.
I mean, we just can't, right? I mean, I'm legitimately contractually obligated to eat mac and cheese.
You're gonna have that in my obituary.
Right. I might wipe my mouth with my obituary, bro. Eating some mac and cheese.
It's that important.
It's that important, bro.
Yeah.
I swear to God, when you caught me, I thought my wrist was broken, bro. Like in a million pieces. Like for anybody that has ever had a broken bone or a sprain, yeah, you're legit. You be so in that spot, you be so tender. If something touch it, bro, you can just go to the upper room. Right. So bro, I was AD. Jesus. AD, when I tell you that, man, I could have went to the upper room, bro. So the thing is Tuesday night, I was a little uncomfortable. I was like, yo, what's going on with my hand? Right? Because Tuesday night, I was going to try to do the Knicks at Night podcast. My hand was all, I was like, what the fuck's going on? Right? And so I go to sleep Tuesday night and wake up Wednesday morning, bro. Bro, I sweat, bro. You know how athletes, remember how Bernard King hit the floor and was pounding the floor? That's how I was Wednesday morning, bro. Like my hand, wrist, arm, all of it was. I thought I broke it. But, I'm a tough guy in my mind. I might not be a tough guy in real life, but in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take some aspirin and smoke me a cigarette, man. And it'd be all right. I'm like the dude in the cowboy movie. You know how the cowboy gets shot and he fall off his horse and they just give him some whiskey and he'd be all right. That's in my mind. That's what I'm like.
They give him a shot.
Yeah. They just give him a little flask. They just make it to town. You know what I'm saying? That's in my mind. That's who I am, right, bro? By Wednesday night, my whole arm is vibrating. Like you could just feel like. I'm like, I need to go to the damn doctor. And I'm like, man, I ain't going to the doctor, rack up no bill. I probably just banged it. I'ma just, you know what I'm saying? I'ma just sit this thing. I'ma just gangster. I'ma just, you know what I'm saying? Keep taking these pills.
Black man without jail. It's gonna be all right.
I'm
gonna call my mother. She gonna know what to do.
She gonna tell me to put some dicks on it.
She gonna know what to do.
She tell me to put some tussin on it.
Pull out that John the Conqueror. You all right? You gonna be all right.
Take a teaspoon and a half. Now don't take more than a teaspoon and a half. Now you gotta take exactly.
You gonna be all right.
Right, man. AD, when I tell you by the time you called me, bro, I almost had tears in my eyes, bro. And so I was like, because people was calling me. Usually, like people just hit me up for, nothing major. It's always like, yo, you heard about what's, whatever.
Right.
And so Friday morning, bro, I tapped out, bro. I was like, I went to the emergency room, and the lady was like, okay, so we're gonna check you for a sprain, because clearly it doesn't look broken. Because if it's broken, it'd be like changing colors and doing all kind of weird stuff. So you can check you for a sprain, blood clots, and gout. So I'm like, gout? Ain't that the old man? That's the king's disease, right? Gout is like the king's disease. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you ain't got nothing to do, you just sitting around eating all the time, whatever.
Yo, we have officially updated you, Freezy. You King Freezy now.
Bro, they checked for, no lie, hand to the man, bro. They checked me for the blood clot, man. Blood pumping perfect. It's not. They did the X-ray, no sprains, no strains, no nothing. The lady they do the blood work and come back with the blood work. They like, yeah, we got to give you something for gout. I'm like, gout in my hand. Yo, that's the thing. That's when the old man, like AD, you ever seen an old man on the corner be playing checkers? They got the little milk crate set up with the checkerboard.
Oh, God.
And you know what I'm saying? And then that's for them. Yo, they like, the lady's like, nah, you gotta. I was like, gout. How can somebody active have a king's disease? You know what I'm saying? She was like, hey, when she was like, it don't have to be that. It can be like the combination of medicines that you take that spark the outbreak. And I was like, oh, so when she said that, I was like, yeah, I do take like 1,000 different medicines. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, golly, man, what the fuck? I was like, yo. And she was like, yeah, it's the guy outbreak. So anyway, when you called me, bro, I was dealing with something, right? But I was like, yo, I would rather tear my Achilles than get gout, bro. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God.
You know you're all right, Freezy. Dude.
David Smith, I don't even eat red meat like that. Bro, I'm telling y'all, since that thing came across on the news, I cut back on all food, period. Like the thing, remember they were saying that people was getting that bacterial thing?
From that lettuce.
Yeah, I cut back on.
And them imposter berries.
Yeah, them fake berries.
Them fake berries. You know when you walk in the supermarket, you do this. You've been doing this since you're 5 years old because you're watching your moms do it. The stuff that's kind of out. The grapes and the berries. Like, all right.
Just try it. Just trying.
Just trying.
Yeah. Because if they ain't sweet, I'm not buying them anyway.
Berries don't say nothing tastes the same. But the lesson to this is that you gotta take care of yourself.
AD, she told me gout, bro. She told me gout. I was so disappointed, bro. Because legit, when on the news, they tell you every day on the news, they're like, yeah, man, it's a bacteria outbreak and stuff, man. You got to kind of watch what such and such place. So I'm like cutting back on. I don't eat fresh salads out and about. I don't eat bag salads. I stopped eating salads, period. Like I just stopped eating a bunch of stuff. Like I probably eat a third of what I normally eat, like during the day, because I just don't trust nothing no more.
Hopefully this finally shuts down the buffets.
Yes.
Hopefully. Like if you was really serious, your first thing would be like put an order out. Like every buffet cross country, it is now illegal to have a buffet.
Shut them down. Shut them down, bro.
Okay, if you really serious about something and you hearing you putting on and this and all this noise and whatever, your first commandment would be all buffet shut down.
Right. David Smith, that's the thing. I have a shellfish allergy. I don't even eat shellfish, bro. I ain't eat shellfish or fish, period, like in a minute.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Like last week, I did drink two of those blue motorcycles. So I did have a couple of those. I did have a couple of blue motorcycles, man. So I did have a couple of mixed drinks.
Like,
but bro,
what the fuck? What the fuck is a blue motorcycle?
It's the same as a Long Island iced tea, except they don't use the brown mix. They use the blue mix.
Oh, and you had a couple of those.
Yeah, I have big hands, so when I say a couple, I might be saying 7 to 8.
Okay, so so they were carrying you out. Basically, they were carrying you out. You know, that's probably where the gout started from.
It may be, but AD, I don't drink liquor, bro. Like I hadn't drunk liquor all year, hand to the man, bro.
How you gonna sit up here and tell people like you don't have 7, 8 Long Island iced teas, right? That's not normal. That's not normal man shit. That's not normal shit. You want another level, Freezy.
Hey,
I would have been laid out. You hear me? Laid out. Okay? Waking up to Knicks in 5.
so but the thing is I probably had 3 of them and then a shot of Tito's. I always do like the shot of Tito's when you know what I'm saying. But the thing is it's spread out over time. We were at the beach. You know what I'm saying? So it's spread out. So we at the bar. It's like so we get to the bar like 6. So and I don't go back up to the room until like 1:30. So it's spread out like over time. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, back to back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just hit the Freezy Smooth hour. He was at the resort beach bar, parts unknown.
Bro, I'm telling you, y'all got to come to AD. Y'all got to come down to Myrtle Beach, bro. I'm telling you, Myrtle Beach is different, bro.
I haven't been to Myrtle Beach in years.
It's a vibe, bro. I'm telling you.
Hold on, Freezy. I'm gonna go back out and come back in. Give me 30 seconds.
All right. Yeah, y'all. So the gout thing is what had been stopping me from getting on because the slightest little touch or bump of anything just send me like to the upper room. Got your man's like in here hollering, right? I'm in here like every time I bump something. Mo was helping me put my shirt on and she bumped my hand, bro. And I just got weak, man. I almost fell on the floor, bro. I promise you, I almost fell on the but AD.
Mo did it on purpose, right? He did something.
I told him.
He did something and Mo was like, all right. We're gonna see Mr. Freezy.
Fake tough guy.
Fake tough guy. Out here running to the hospital for gout.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
AD, I promise you, bro. I would rather tear my ACL than get gout again, bro. I promise you. I promise you. Y'all remember how Dominique Wilkins blew out his knee and he was pounding on the ground? I felt like his gout is 10 times worse than that, bro. Yeah, I promise. The lady, she was like, I'm surprised you're not such and such because gout is so painful to most people. I was like, I'm not like most people. But as soon as she touched my arm, I was like, you know what I'm saying? So but AD, let me I gotta because I wanted to talk to you the other day about it. Bro, you see the Sixers out here doing Knicks things? The 76ers are out here nixing it up.
I don't know if they're nixing it up, but from a LeBron, because I've been so like fascinated by this. I've been laughing like all day. Besides my Nick smile, I got to put on my mockery laugh at these people and so forth. But in particular to LeBron, I'm like, dude, you're circling us now. Like those, like the sharks out in the water. You're circling us now.
Right.
So you don't want to come to New York. So you want to go up the street and live in New York. You can, I guess.
Right.
I guess, but I want my Nick LeBron lovers to finally kind of like put it to bed with this dude. You understand what I'm saying? Like to put it to bed and to take extreme pride when you put it on him this year. You know what I'm saying? Like every time we meet Philly this year, we should put it on them.
Right.
And remind them, that former Rocky statue. They're probably gonna put Jalen Brunson statue out there because he's been doing it since Nova.
Right. Right. Right.
Does it make sense for them? Absolutely. You could get Pope John, whoever.
Right.
Get them all.
Right.
I heard the question, are you surprised? I'm not surprised that he went there. Look at his options. Were you going to go to Cleveland with James Harden?
Right.
In that situation? No, he wasn't doing that.
Nah.
But people were fantasizing about him in Golden State. So you could have a bunch of grumpy old men.
Right. Right.
He wasn't doing that. So then it leaves two places.
Right.
Right? Philly, Miami. You got Riley putting it out there. We trying to land another plane. Big Riles.
Right.
Thought he was stepping up to the plate. LeBron, things gonna be different, baby. I ain't never gonna touch your cookies again.
Right. Right.
We gonna build you your own bakery.
Bro.
Okay? And that little deal that your son got with the Lakers, don't worry about that. After that's over, we're gonna try and trade. We're gonna get him back in. Don't worry about that.
We're gonna trade a first round pick for Bronny.
We'll get Bronny over here. We're gonna do whatever you want, baby. Egg on the face. He was gonna go to where you had like the maximize the most, where he has the most talent. The deck is more stacked for him.
Right.
You got a lot of pieces. And when Boston gift wrapped it, Brown to Philly, it made Philly a good basketball wise, a good team to want to go to. Besides the E factor. So, but it just excites me because, like I said, now you have, from last week we were talking about rivalries. So now you got Kawhi back in the East. LeBron is back in the East. The road will be a little bit more difficult, I guess. But do I foresee any of these teams and the moves that they've made so far in the East stopping this train?
No.
I ain't wearing this cat t-shirt for fucking fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not beating us.
Right.
They're not beating us. Who's the point in Philly, LeBron? You're gonna need LeBron to play how many minutes to be effective point?
Right.
On and off exchanging with him and Maxey.
Right.
LeBron is not playing 30 minutes a night anymore.
Right.
Who's LeBron guarding the pick and roll? When JB get him in the pick and roll, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
When does Embiid play? I said the one thing for this positive point that for Philly is LeBron is not going to put up with his nonsense. You see, so it would you'll see the best out of Embiid.
Okay.
But does that move the needle? No. They're not beating us.
Yeah.
They're not beating us. Toronto's not beating us. Miami's just two pillars at this moment.
Right.
Boston is what Boston is. Orlando is what Orlando is.
Right.
Detroit didn't do anything significant. So we'll be right here this time next year.
This time next year, we'll
next year when it says 2027 NBA champions.
Hey, Knicks in 5. Saying the same. Yeah. They're saying the same thing.
Yeah, Knicks in 5. You know, not to cut you, Freezy, but the scuttlebutt over the last, because he milked the shit. Let's just call it a buck.
Right.
Let's just call it plain. He milked it. He milked it for all it's worth. You know why? Because he wasn't the NBA champion. You understand? He sees where the shine was. It's like, you know what? Okay, it's kind of died down a little bit. Everybody who's majoring in free agency is signed besides, Detroit. Detroit's big and
Jonathan Kuminga. Ben Mathurin, just some random names.
But their names are not being mentioned with my name because it's my land space now.
Right.
Right? So he takes that, and at some point you're hearing, is JB gonna do what? Make a what?
Is JB gonna kiss the ring the year he won the championship? Is JB gonna kiss
you would have to be out of your mind. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
If he wanted to come, there's nothing JB would be able to do because even Dolan answers to shareholders. And it's a business thing. But
right.
You think he was going to get JB on board to be like, did you see what I just did? In the fashion that I did it?
Right.
I ain't got time.
In my humble opinion.
And you have the nerve to ask me that question Didn't they ask him this at the fan shit a couple days ago in New York? I'd have walked off the stage.
Would he kiss the ring for LeBron to come?
I'd have walked off the stage. You would have known what this is. I'd have walked off the stage.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? Would it have been nice? Sure. Can it get any better than this?
Yeah.
Can it get any better than the 2026 NBA champions? Can it get any better than that, Freezy?
I don't think so, bro.
Are you not still watching Game 5, 4? 2, 1, 3, whomever in the playoffs? Are you not still watching that ride?
Are you still not watching that Cleveland game 1, Eastern Conference Finals game 1, where Cleveland is up by 24 and they celebrate, and Spider is on the bench with his warm-up shirt on because he thinks the game is over. He drinking and winking at the camera. Donovan Mitchell is putting his warm-up shirt on like, my night is done.
He ain't do that.
He's drinking his water.
He ain't do that for real.
In game 1. Remember game 1, Cleveland had a huge lead, and we sent that game to overtime and broke their spinal cord in game 1. Remember Mikal Bridges, we broke their back in game 1, bro. Mikal Bridges was on fire in game 1 out of nowhere. Donovan Mitchell thought his night was through.
Yeah. He did a Starks with Miller.
And we reeled them. Not only we reeled them all the way in, bro.
All the way back. All the way back.
Remember that game 1 in Cleveland. Cleveland legit thought they had that game in the bag. And the Knicks reeled them all the way in. Mikal Bridges hits the dagger 3 out the corner. And you can just see the fire in their eyes just flicker. Just like, oh boy.
Like whatever they had that, because remember, I said this before, I watched that Cleveland-Detroit series. And I was really kind of surprised that they got away from Detroit.
Yeah.
But they just beat Detroit in certain parts of the games where you saw the lack of offensive, punch that Detroit needed and so forth came up to bite them in the,
Detroit was just missing shots. Detroit was missing shots.
But they didn't have dependable shot makers besides Cade.
Right.
See what I'm saying? What they had was, and this can happen to you sometimes when you have a bunch of good players or that are filling their roles. You see, you can't have a whole team of Josh Harts.
No, you cannot.
You can't have a whole team of Landry Shamet. You can't. See what I'm saying? And then you attach that with Cade, and Cade is supposed to, he's supposed to carry the way. That wasn't going to work, and that's kind of what happened with them in Cleveland. But my point is, when I looked at Cleveland defensively, I'm like, they have no chance to stop us.
Right.
Defensively, they have no. Donovan is not a good defender. I'm not even going to talk about the other guy. I already have. I've beaten him up thousands and thousands of times. By the way, again, your top 75 spot was officially taken. Okay? Then you got the bigs. So it was just, they were fooled. They were just in the way. And when they came out with that game 1 humph and the Knicks, and I'm like, whoa, we were just bad. It wasn't that they were good, we were bad.
Right.
Because if they were as good to get a 22-point lead, Freezy, how could that 22-point lead melt so fast? It's not like JB hit every shot.
No.
Here's a possession here and there. Bridges hit a couple of threes. The step back. Right? OG was doing what he's doing, but it wasn't like it was you see what I'm saying? You were up 22 points. But what you didn't have inside of you was this.
Right.
You didn't have that. Your coach he still thinks he's playing analytics.
Yeah.
Yo, coach, Y'all really won the series, and analytically said y'all won the series.
Yeah.
AI said you won the series.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So when JB does all of that, and I'm sure he probably didn't. Well, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm sure he didn't feel disrespected, but I feel disrespected for him that you'd ask me a question like that after I've done the impossible, after we did the impossible, after Bridges, that after his game 1 against Atlanta, game 2 against Atlanta, you could have possibly had him on the chopping block. Like, he's not going to be able to survive this.
Right.
But just like that, that's why you put in the hard work every day in the summer.
Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
Have numbers
right.
4 on 5.
AD, I put on the screen.
Schroeder to Mitchell.
Right. I'm
Mitchell catches, fires, hits a 3. Donovan Mitchell now with 29.
Right here.
It only takes a couple of
late
shots
in the
to
fourth
put that
quarter,
pressure back
right?
on the Cavaliers.
Like this is
drives on Wade. Scoop layup is
9 minutes
good.
left to go in the fourth quarter of that game.
Against Harden, almost pokes it away. Shot
if you can see it on the screen, the Cleveland Cavaliers had a 93.6%
I can see it, but you got to clap their audio.
Johnson, 3-pointer, puts it in.
The audio?
Yeah, because I can't hear it over you.
Oh, I'm not. There is no audio.
Anunoby.
No.
Floats it over to Shaman. Shaman, a 3-pointer.
There is. This is.
It's
yeah,
good.
This is the graph.
Tie game with 44 seconds to go.
No, I'm hearing an audio.
Oh, you're hearing the audio?
Yeah, they're playing.
Okay,
yeah, Mike Green. Yeah,
you
have to get that because you're gonna get a strike. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that, man.
Yes.
So there was a so with 9 minutes, this is what it looks like. About 9 minutes to go in the game, 10 minutes left to go in the game in the fourth quarter. Cleveland was up by 22, and they had a 93.6% chance to win. So you see on one side, Cleveland 93.6, the other side, the Knicks 6.4 chance to win. And then you see everything go downhill from there to where it's 50-50 basically. Yeah, that's at the end of the game, right? And then in overtime down here, of course, you saw the Knicks broke their spirit in overtime, right? In this game, though, right here, you see the largest lead in the game was 22 points in that game 1, right? And so the reason why I wanted to show that and add that to our conversation, because we generally we don't put graphics up and all that stuff. We talk about, we just tell you what it is.
You almost blinded me. I was like, what the fuck
right,
is he doing?
But the AD, the reason why I wanted to show that is because I think people think by adding players to your team, right? Just adding talented players to your team means that you're going to win games, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win games, right? The same, and the reason why I want to say that too is because of I think people think because Mitchell Robinson is no longer here, that the Knicks won't be able to do certain things, right? And salute to Mitch. I hope he has a healthy career however his journey ends up. I hope it's healthy, right? But the Knicks have something special in-house, right? They have something special in-house that guys that may not be as talented, like OG Anunoby may not be Kawhi Leonard. But what we do know is that OG Anunoby can be Kawhi Leonard-like in certain stretches. Like OG Anunoby is not going to be Kawhi Leonard for 82 games and all playoffs, right? But when the playoffs start, OG Anunoby can be better than Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs, right? Like Mikal Bridges is not going to be Kobe Bryant for 82 games and 20 so games in the playoffs. But what he will do is be clutch in clutch moments. And it's the same thing with Brunson. Brunson's numbers in the NBA Finals or in the playoffs, and I know people will laugh and think, I'm maybe I'm a homer, and maybe he did it once, and maybe once is not enough, is not a sample size, but Jalen Brunson in the playoffs put up a better run than prime Steph Curry during the Steph Curry era.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And while he may not
That's not even worth discussing.
Yeah, and while he's not Steph Curry,
well,
the numbers say that his numbers are better than Kobe, Steph Curry, and other great guards that had significant playoff runs. Even though it's just one playoff run.
You said something. You said something there that it's. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy, and I respect the rings. I respect the accomplishments because it's not easy to get 4 rings. There's only so many people
right
in the history of this game. And most of them play on the same damn teams.
Right.
So it's not like one guy got 4 rings over here and one damn team got 4. No, it don't work like that. But
right.
JB, it's different. And you always make that argument when you talk about Ewing and Olajuwon as far as his teams and Ewing didn't have team Olajuwon, that you always make that, but Ewing is greatest center and da 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 da. I could make that argument now. JB ain't played with a prime Thompson.
Right.
Them Golden State teams is that JB never played with KD and a prime Thompson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? JB is that good that when it's all said and done, he may not get to 4 rings because that's near impossible. The odds say you won't do that.
Right.
But he's gonna get another one. He's gonna get another one in this uniform. Okay. And with that next one, that'll vault him over a whole heap of NBA players that are on that top 75 or who you think should be on the top 75.
Hey, John Stockton, I'm sorry, my brother. You are a pioneer in NBA offense. You took an outdated offense called the pick and roll, and you ran it like you made that thing run like a sewing machine. But Jalen Brunson is more accomplished than you now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And no
it's no disrespect. That man is John Stockton is phenomenal.
Phenomenal and an excellent defender.
And a way better defender than JB.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Way better floor general than JB.
Yep. But you know what though? One day a guy's gonna come along and be better than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
This is just how sports work. Like John Stockton came along and he was a better point guard than a lot of the point guards that came before him. Right? Like John Stockton, you know what I'm saying? It's Steve Nash. I'm sorry, Steve, you're a 2-time league MVP, but you never won big games. And right now in this moment, I feel like I have to take Jalen Brunson over Steve Nash. And Steve Nash is the epitome of the Jalen Brunson archetype 50, 40, 90 caliber offensive dynamo, right? The guy that can shoot and distribute, right? The guy that can score and be a playmaker at the same time. He's the epitome of that. But right now, I have to take Jalen Brown. Hey, Kyrie Irving. No disrespect to Kyrie. I love Kyrie.
I love Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie is also a 50, 40, 90 caliber player, right? The difference between those two guys is one guy won a championship with possibly the greatest player of all time on his team, and JB did it within the framework of a balanced team. JB was the leader of a team, and Kyrie was a part of a leadership group of a team. Yeah. He wasn't the guy.
He wasn't the guy. He hit the shot.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably hit the greatest shot in Cavs history.
Oh, absolutely. That shot is in one of the top NBA moments history.
Right. Right. And I'll say this, AD, it's gonna make you laugh. But I think JB's greatest miss might be greater than Kyrie's greatest shot. And that's because I'm a Knicks fan. I think the hand of God, OG Anunoby tip in, is probably a greater play than that Kyrie made. Yeah. Maybe because I'm a biased Knicks fan.
That's fine. And Cavs fan can feel how they feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can say, oh, we did it over a 73 win team or great.
Yeah.
That's your moment. Have at it. But when we're talking about sheer explosion, sheer moments, like take your breath away, because that's what the OG play did. It took your breath away. You know what I'm saying? For the people who talked about it, the building is shaking to the fucking concrete. Right? It's shaking to the concrete. The stench supports. That's when you know you really spent $2.3 billion. You know what I'm saying? That's when you give your inspectors and shit like that a bump and a raise, because what you paid for is really what you paid for. Right. Because you can't expect that.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
That's the difference.
Hey, D, can I put you on the spot, my brother? Can I put you on the spot?
I thought you already did.
Respect. Like, hey, everybody, it's so how me and AD work, right? If AD want to put me on the spot, he'll send me a text during the week. And I'll be like, AD, give me a couple of days to think about this, right? Like, I don't want to just be knee-jerk and just say a random thing and then come back and then regret it after I have some time to think about what was asked versus what I said. So, but right now, since we're in a flow, I'm going to ask Anthony D this. AD, is Jalen Brunson a top 10 NBA point guard of all time?
Yeah. Because we clapped 3 of the ones already from the previous segment. I mean, you're going to have, if he's, like I said, I love John Stockton, but I'm taking him over Stockton.
I'm taking Brunson over Stockton because of.
I'm taking Brunson over Kidd. I'm taking Brunson over Stockton. I'm taking Brunson over Peyton. I'm taking Brunson over Nash. I'm taking Brunson over Kyrie.
Kevin Johnson, Tim Hardaway, Fat Lever.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All of them. Trae Young.
Yep.
All the stat pattern point guards of all time. Is he better than Andre Miller? Yes. Is he better than
He's not a better pure point than Andre Miller.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, when I say he's better than, I'm just talking about in overall. So people don't be like, oh my God, he said JB is the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm talking about He's not the best floor general out of those guys that I've mentioned. He's not the best passer out of those guys that I mentioned. He's not the best shooter out of those guys that I mentioned. He may be. Stockton has a better shot than him. Nash definitely has a better shot than him. KJ maybe has a better shot than him. Just a pure.
KJ is definitely shot. More athletic than Brunson, though.
Right? And and all of them are more athletic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Mark Price.
Mark Price has a better shot than him. Right? Mark Price is better in the pick and roll than him.
Right.
How you gonna do that to me, Freezy? You didn't even give me any warning. No,
I was trying to.
We are absolutely having for the first time in the Blanche Tears old school Knicks history a esteemed female podcaster on the site. We need some applause. We need something, Freezy.
Yeah,
something.
Stop it. The Bronx is in the building. Salute.
Good afternoon, good people. Good afternoon.
So the reason why, because I think last week or the week before or something, I think y'all had the conversation of and whatever. So I didn't know. But since we got like 15 to 25 minutes left, you know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, let me just send it and see if y'all still wanted to do it or not. But it's because
what's good?
I mean, I'm here just listening to my old school Knicks. All is good with me. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I just won game 5. It was me personally.
Absolutely. So the thing, so what me and AD are talking about right now in this moment is Jalen Brunson the top 10 point guard of all time? And we're eliminating, basically, I think what AD and I are doing is we're eliminating all the point guards from like in that range of like 7 through 15, like that group that we traditionally look at like are some of the greatest point guards of all time. And see if Jalen Brunson is better than them.
Run off your list and where you think Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf fit in there?
Who is it?
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
I think JB is better.
Oh, I ain't saying JB ain't better. I'm saying where you think he fit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so many of them.
It's so many. AD. It's so. AD. The more we take people off the list, the more I think JB is more secured on the list.
Well,
where you put in a glove bag, Gary Payton? Where you put in?
Well, JB done skated all of them.
Yeah,
I'm just, it's a long list of because in the 90s, right? The team was the point guard and the center. That was your two biggest players on your team. It was either the point guard or the center. Like, right. So it's just a lot of a list to go through. But JB, and they didn't. Them 90s players was tough, but I think that's why we all like JB so much because he reminds us of a 90s basketball player. He's not out there Euro stepping and carrying the ball and doubling. He played fundamentally sound basketball, but he's really, really, really good. So I'm
gonna say this might be a shocker. I think Jalen Brunson is better than Luka.
Yes. Right?
Oh, I definitely think that.
Yeah. And but the
like
thing
there was an argument. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say this. I think Luka has an expansive bag. Like he can do so many different type of things. I just don't think Luka is a winner. If that makes sense. AD, remember we had the conversation about guys being talented and guys that are winners. Like I think the point guard from Chicago was a winner. His brother was a multiple-time All-Star, but he was the guy that just Paxson. Remember Paxson? Remember his brother, yes. John Paxson? I'm sorry, Jim Paxson was a multiple-time All-Star. Jim Paxson is the reason why the Portland Trailblazers didn't draft Michael Jordan, because the year before they drafted Clyde Drexler. They had Jim Paxson and Clyde Drexler, and it would make sense for them to draft another All-Star type shooting guard in their mind. Right? But his brother didn't focus on any of that stuff. His brother just wanted to win games. Like, no, we're just going to do whatever it takes to win. Right? And I think JB is that. Like, does anything, whatever it takes to win type. Is that, or AD, is that a fair conversation to even have about Jalen Brunson at this point?
Yes. Okay, look at the Luka comparison, which you said, right? They played on the same team. He was, Luka's understudy. He really came to prominence, NBA-wise in Dallas, or an inkling of what it could be. The thing is, the difference between a him and a Luka is JB sacrifices naturally. You're never going to see JB out of shape. You're never going to worry. JB has had several injuries here with the Knicks, right?
Right.
Has not affected his off-season conditioning program whatsoever.
Right.
You got to beg Luka to come back halfway ready, because he's been naturally gifted since 14. Right? The pieces have to fit so good with Luka, because it's not easy to stand and watch a man just
right
and do everything.
Right.
He has to somehow rethink his game. Like, how can I get there? Let me look at JB, right? In the middle of the playoffs, when things were about to go whatever, JB is willing to come up off the ball.
Right.
I got to get there. I got to get to that mindset. Two different stratospheres. He's going to put up more gaudy numbers than JB. But
right.
who you want? Who you want leading the situation?
Oh, are you making the James Harden Michael Jordan comparison, where James Harden put up higher scoring numbers than Jordan, but Jordan's a winner?
It's disrespectful for you to mention both of them in the same sentence.
Exactly. It's
disrespectful. It's really disrespectful for you. I should get off the channel right now. It's really disrespectful.
I'm gonna log off if you log off. No.
We're walking out together.
I think the comparison has to be, you have to look at them from the aspect of JB getting out from under him and leading his own team. Right? Luka they've been in the league the same amount of time. JB's been ahead of his team for 4 years. And in that 4 years, look what he's done. So you go from, what did they get bumped in? Was it the first year he got bumped in the first round? In the playoffs. I'm talking about JB.
With the Knicks?
No, they got bumped against Miami.
That was the second round.
The second round.
So he did 2 second rounds, Eastern Conference Finals, and a championship, right?
Right.
As the head of his team. He showed you he's a playoff riser. He shows you he knows how to adapt and he knows how to win. Right? As the head of his own team. Once they separated, look at what he's done. Luka's in LA or Luka in Dallas. What has he done? Luka got traded in the middle of the night for street clothes. Went to LA, did nothing but put big numbers up on the board, and then what? Falter out. I don't blame
you
the
call
man.
Anthony Davis street clothes?
Oh my. The man, it's not his fault he got hurt, but JB get hurt all the time. And he show up to play still. So once you look at the comparison from what they've done since they've split, if you're not saying JB is better, you a hater. That man's an NBA champion. He showed you he knows how to win. I don't care how many points you put up. I don't care if you put up 70 against somebody in a regular season. What did you do in the playoffs? What did you do to help your team win? Nothing. So if you're not taking JB now, when will you ever take him?
So to the question that was asked, is JB a top 10 point guard of all time? Are you saying, based on what you said, that JB is a top 10 point guard of all time?
I think that's a question we have to ask at the end of his career. But right now, it is an argument for it. I mean, he's accomplished from all the people on your list that you've named. There aren't very many champions on that list. There aren't very many of them who have scored 45 points with a broke wrist on the road in a closeout game to win a championship. Like, yeah, your stats might be better, but do you know how to win? And if you know how to win, you're better than the other guy.
Right. To Ralph's point, Ralph said SGA belongs in the same conversation. I agree. I think JB and SGA both have bumped some of our historic favorite point guards to watch off the list. Like Penny Hardaway shouldn't be in the conversation. No disrespect to Penny or his career. Right. A lot of point guards, you know.
I don't know though. I mean,
Penny Hardaway's career got derailed because of injury. That's like saying you wouldn't know that Grant Hill was going to be on top of everybody's list if he didn't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like I feel
my mind shifted a little bit when you said that, because you got to encapsulate some of these guys, right? And for Penny, the one thing Penny could do, is that he could feed the big man. Kept Shaq happy. A lot of these guys, especially nowadays guys, you think SGA is going to be able to play with Shaq? Never played with a dominant guy like that who needs to eat all the time.
Right.
Look what it did. Look what it almost did to him and Kobe early. And what it eventually did to them in the end. You understand? Like SGA, to me, I look at SGA the way I look at Allen Iverson. He's scorer. Tremendous scorer. I don't look at him as my point.
Right. I don't think he's a point. I don't think he's a point guard anymore. I think
I look at him like Gilbert Arenas.
Right.
Like a tremendous scorer. I do not look at him because he's not looking to set anybody else up because of other reasons than I need to know about right here now in the game. I don't need to know that guy wasn't playing or he didn't go to bed at 5 a.m. in the morning or whatever. I need you to make the damn open pass when he's under the rim. Gilbert wouldn't do stuff like that because he looked at the game like, I know what these guys are not doing and da-da-da-da, and it's better for me to take the shot, not all the time.
Okay. Understood. Understood what you mean.
So I'm saying, so the point guard, the point guard position, one of my favorite point guards on this list that JB's better than is Jason Kidd.
Okay.
Couldn't shoot a lick for most of his career.
Yeah.
But Kenyon Martin doesn't have that explosion of his early parts of his career without Jason Kidd.
Right.
Kerry Kittles would have been on somebody's bench as a sixth man.
Right.
Jefferson, we wouldn't have known that Jefferson could have been that wing explosion or whatever.
Athletic wing player, yeah.
And he's doing all of this without a jump shot, without a consistent jump shot.
Yeah.
But JB's better than him.
Is JB better than Mark Jackson?
Yeah. Yes, JB's better.
Okay.
And I'm not laughing at Mark because I love Mark. But yes.
Right. Is JB better than Norm Nixon?
Yeah. Yes.
Remember, Norm Nixon, same resume, champion, all-star.
I'm gonna be biased because Norm was married to Prime Debbie. Any Debbie. Norm was next to the sisters. Any Debbie. Norm probably had his picture between her and Felicia.
On the cover of Jet magazine for all the old heads that are watching old school Knicks. And remember, Norm Nixon used to be on the cover of Jet magazine. Like
people talk about the celebrity couples today. Spencer Haywood was married to Iman.
Iman, yes.
Like they had I think a Sports Illustrated cover where she was like naked with the big belly and he was like around her or whatever. The NBA made a call immediately.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna keep doing all of this.
Yes.
All this black love, we ain't ready for all this. Okay?
Yeah.
So he said it out of his own mouth that the commission at the time, I can't remember the commissioner's name, called them and like, we ain't ready for all of this.
Larry O'Brien
called me, we not ready for all of this.
Yeah.
Okay? So you talking about Debbie Allen, Norm Nixon. Lord have mercy. They were
Everybody, this is when the universe used to be in LA. People forget the basketball universe used to be centered in Los Angeles, California. Just like everything entertainment, there was a time where everything entertainment wise was centered out of Hollywood, right? New York couldn't catch a break with it, right? But let me say this though. I think JB right now has cemented himself as a top 10 NBA point guard of all time, not because of what the raw data says, but because of the tax multiplier attached to success in New York as a Knicks franchise. Like the fact that the Knicks made the second round of the playoffs to certain organizations would be akin to winning a championship. That's how difficult it is to win. Look at the Jets. The Jets when's the last time the Jets won? Look at the man. It's
before I was born.
It's tough to win in New York because of the way New York is. And I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I'm saying it's a fact of life. The drinks in New York is $6.
Yes, it can be negative.
Yeah,
it can drive people. You know, Bobby Bonilla was a nice guy from the Heights. Still is a nice guy.
He's a good dude. He's a
good dude. But when he got here, next thing you know, Bobby Bonilla on a regular, he's challenging reporters to fist fights.
Because they fuck with him every day.
Listen, man, the media here is savage.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Savages, man. They don't care. They just be saying anything. You look at the back of the paper, you're like, damn, it was one loss. Like a player can't have one bad game. One.
No. And I looked up to Art McFarlane, right? Because I wanted to be in broadcasting a long time ago. And I'm like, Art, this about to end up real bad for you, my guy.
Right. Come on, bro.
And Art is not backing down. Art is like almost chest to chest. I'm like, no, this is not going to end up. And luckily, I can't remember who stepped in, but I'm like, Art, this is not going to end up well for you, my guy. Not only are you going to get fired, but you're going to get hurt.
Yeah. And you may win a lawsuit but what you're gonna do for your industry is gonna be irrevocable. Like you fight a player, they gonna stop the media from coming into the locker room now. Like, come on, like you might win. You're like, oh, I won $400,000, but now the media is not gonna be able to go in the locker room with these guys after they, you know what I'm saying, after these things, because of one person that was writing, that was chipping at Bobby Bonilla in the paper the whole time. Like you write this negative stuff and then you go see him face to face and think he's not gonna say something to you. Like, come on, dog. Like,
they're still talking about his contract 30 years later because he was smart enough, him and his peoples. How often do you see, Tori, how often do we see athletes that we hear about 5 days later don't even have the money they were supposed to have after they signed the contract? This man signed a deal where his family is still eating 30 plus years later.
Smart
and
man.
Still got 5 years left.
And still got 5 years left.
Smart man.
He's smart. He's like, nah, man, don't give it to me all at once, man. We're gonna break this thing
Yeah,
up.
because you got to make sure you break it up so you have money later. I got to always have money coming in.
Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
it's hard to play ball here. The Josh Hart, didn't that was his quote, right? Nobody ever talks about the weight of the jersey. Right now, it never felt lighter.
Right.
Like they don't,
And
I don't. Nobody who's not in this space understand. But that's why nobody want to come here.
right,
Because they can't take the media pressure and the scrutiny and the heavy of being a Knicks fan. Because we turn on you quick around these. We turn on you real fast around here.
right.
That man is one of the greatest Knicks.
We've turned on every Knick we had, right?
Yeah.
JB was a ball hog. Josh Hart is a knucklehead. Cat is too soft.
Pat Ewing at the
too
end.
many picks for him. Like they literally,
we've
literally turned on every player on this team.
Yeah, you remember that?
You could go all the way back to Pat Ewing.
Josh Hart was about to be run out of town.
Listen, that layup.
Forever. He had the 3 worst plays consecutively in Knick history by one player.
Yep.
Right? You saw him at the post game.
He understood. He was the only one in the whole locker room that wasn't happy. He was relieved. It wasn't like, we came back. Oh, thank God.
He was like, oh, thank God.
I would have got run out of town.
We'd have had to move out this bitch.
Buddy.
You know how many times John Starks got into near and fist fight altercations after Game 7?
Yeah. Hey, and just one other thing too. One other thing too, like so OG hits the hand of God play, JB and OG, right? At the end of the game, what people forget too is the Spurs had the ball with 1.4 seconds left, right? Josh Hart also got beat on that play too. On the play at the other end.
If it wasn't for the tip from Cat, that none of us even saw.
If it wasn't for Cat tipping that ball, we talking about Josh Hart again.
Yeah, because he sure did get beat.
You know what I'm saying? We like, come on, like, but here's the thing: for all the times that Josh Hart made mistakes, Josh Hart also made incredible plays, and this is what makes a championship team a championship level team. Is not, are we going to point to the mistake that the guy made? Because Josh Hart didn't make bonehead stuff. He made effort mistakes, right? Like Josh Hart is out here giving you 120%. And sometimes, and I know there's no such thing as giving 100%. I understand that, but
he's giving it all.
He's giving it. He's laying it all on the line. But in a city like New York, we don't care if you laying it all on the line if you cost us something. If you cost us something
in that moment, in those moments, look at that moment, that play you talked about, right? And these are one of the things that we talked about earlier about people talking about Cat was soft or whatever. Yeah, Cat might have been soft to you, but one thing Cat has always been is intelligent. Look at the play as Cat is standing right there in front of the offensive play, right? He's motioning to the two patrons to go closer to the play,
I
right?
holler every time I see it.
Right? He is
I'm like, what?
motioning. He is illegally motioning to two fans. And people want to talk about the fans don't on the part of the championship.
That's right. I said, dude in the orange deserve a ring, bro, because he understood the assignment.
He understood the assignment
Not only did those two
immediately.
dudes take 2 steps to the right, as soon as they gave Dylan Harper that ball, they was screaming defense in his ear. Screaming. I said, yo. I said, the ref is just gonna let this go to hell. Like, what's going on?
And you know what they call that, right? They call that home court advantage.
Home court advantage.
They call it home court advantage. That's the reason why
that dude leaned in Dylan Harper ear. It was like, defense. I'm like, oh, they gonna let this go down? Oh my God.
Cat might have literally won the game. We talk about the OG, we're gonna wake up dreaming in cold sweats with the OG play embedded in our minds.
Right.
But there's details and nuance to everything.
Absolutely.
Everything. Hey, AD, you are absolutely spot on, brother. You are absolutely spot on.
Move to your left and scream in his ear, and that tip, because if he don't get those fingers on that ball,
he has enough time to turn and make a shot
because he was wide open under the basket, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But the ball don't make. But the ball don't make it. The ball don't make it because it's tipped. AD, I think you absolutely spot on when you talk about the nuance and understanding the situation. And is this the difference? Are these the characteristics that turns a regular NBA player into a champion? Are you able to make these decisions in milliseconds of what to do and all these type of things that can and will affect the outcome of the game in a positive way towards what you want your team to do? Right.
I want to say it's repetition. I'm sorry. I want to say it's preparation.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I want to say for these guys, for a Cat, he didn't take it lightly. Look at his body. Look at the transformation of his body throughout the year. If he is still 10 pounds heavier,
he doesn't make that play.
He doesn't. The defense that he was able to play in the playoffs that sustained the entire way. When I looked at Cat at the end, I was like, damn, Cat, you lost like 12 pounds. Right? And it's got to be purpose. He's got to be focused. See what I'm saying? It's all that preparation up to that moment. He's a star player. We expect different from him than from Haporti.
Right.
When Haporti made that block, everybody's like, oh, dear God, where did he come from?
Right.
If Cat had made that block, it would have been like, yeah, we expect that.
Right. 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 Yeah.
Preparation.
Yeah, bro. These dudes legit are like giving it their all. And my thing is, when people ask me how the Knicks won this championship, to me it all comes down to one word, or maybe a couple of words that mean the same thing. To me, it's culture and leadership. And will you lead by example? Will you do all the necessary things that it takes to win? I think that's what Cat had to figure out in year one, right? In year one of Cat being a Knick is, I have to get used to how these guys play basketball, and can I morph into a Knick, and as opposed to being a Timberwolf. Like, can I come to New York and play like the Knicks play, fit in, and add all my positives and shave the negatives? Whereas in Minnesota, I was expected to be a different type player, right? And it just took Cat some time, maybe a year. I honestly think that if Cat doesn't become amorphous, I don't know if we win a championship.
Right.
Right. I don't know. Now, I'm not saying that we won't, because we probably could have and would have, but Cat's transformation and contributions definitely helped us. And then Mike Brown also. But to the point, AD, of is the JB a top 10 point guard? I know we kind of left it open on the table, whatever. I'll say this. Right now, with just me starting to think about it without giving it much thought, I'll say JB is a top 10 point guard of all time. And with the arrow pointing up, like if he does more stuff, like if he adds more All-Stars, if he adds another championship, because I think right now, Jalen Brunson has at least 2 conference finals and multiple All-Star games and the NBA championship.
MVPs.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be first team All-NBA.
Right.
He's got multiple second team All-NBAs.
Right.
The only thing to derail him is, and I'm not going to put the word out there. That's the only thing to derail him.
But that thing that you're mentioning derails all great players.
Yes.
Like it can derail all great, and it's not a JB thing. It's just an athlete thing.
Yeah. But it's an athlete thing, exactly.
Right.
But if everything else he has already. You're not wondering, is he gonna put the work in?
He already put the work in, and he's still putting the work in.
Still putting in the work.
He was the first one back in the gym.
And was injured.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now his game 6 is in the pantheons with Willis walking out. But the only difference is we knew Willis was injured. We suspected injury, but we didn't think wrist injury. We thinking,
right.
Thought it was a knee. Or ankle.
Knee, ankle. Yeah. We wasn't thinking that. But to hear that
just adds to the lore,
Yeah. Let me ask one other thing just real quick, just because I think we right at time. I just want to ask one other thing real quick. AD, what would it take for us to consider Jalen Brunson as one of the greatest point guards of all time?
You gotta open our mind's eye and believe what's in front of us. You know what I mean? Believe that gift of a championship is real. If he never does it again, when we talked off air, right, a couple weeks back, and I said, Freezy, they could wreck this motherfucker. I don't give a damn. If they felt tomorrow they want to turn this into the Miami Marlins of 06-07, c'est la vie.
I still got champagne left.
I got champagne. I got champagne stains.
Nixon fine.
Forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know what this team did. I know what this dude did. I know what the sacrifice that he did. The man gave up $113 million. I'm not giving up $1. Think about this. New Edition went on a tour and came home with $1.69.
Right. They couldn't even cash the check.
Off of 365 days tour.
Yeah.
This man gave up $113 million to win a championship.
Right.
If you can't believe in that, you can't believe in nothing.
Right. And AD, just real quick too. I'm gonna say this. In my mind, I think the point guard conversation is simple. I think it's Magic Johnson and Steph Curry, right? And then under that tier just below them, I hold Isaiah Thomas in such a thing. Y'all can't tell me nothing about Detroit Isaiah Thomas, right? Listen, I saw Isaiah Thomas punch Rick Mahorn in the head, right? When Rick Mahorn went back to the bus. Right. This is what I'm saying. And I saw Isaiah Thomas go from a scoring machine. And the NBA, I think he was like taking like 14 shots a game, averaging like 25, right? And then when they built the team, they was like, Isaiah, you got to distribute more. You got to pass the ball more. You got to balance the floor. Don't take as many shots. And I saw Isaiah go from that guy to a distributor, right? If JB wins another championship, I'm putting him over Isaiah, right? Because in my mind, and this is just me, this is my opinion, and I may be wrong, and I know I'm biased, right? I know I have biases. In my mind, I think it's harder to win championships as a Knick than it is as a Bull, a Piston, a Laker, and a Celtic. I think one championship as a Knick is equal to 4 championships in those other places because of how difficult it is to be successful in New York, period. Right? If JB wins another championship, I almost have him better than Steph Curry. Almost.
Well,
right? Almost.
You know, I'm already on record of how I feel about him. I never looked at Steph as a point guard. I'm sorry. Just never did. Just never did. A tremendous ball player.
Right.
You know, I look at him the way I look at,
at Magic.
No. He's not Magic.
Is Magic a point guard or a point forward?
Magic's a point guard.
Point forward.
In today's game, he'd be a point forward, but that would be just in the moniker, in the label, because your point guard is your general, your galvanizer, your distributor. He's the person that comes out when he's the last person the coach talks to.
Right.
Off the timeout. Because he's off of timeout. Because when you come off of timeout, you're running a play.
Right.
And who is the head of the offense? Your point guard.
Right.
See what I'm saying? It's a different and even the great Magic Johnson had his issues in the playoffs, but he got 5 rings.
But he was also up against another dynasty also.
Another dynasty as well. So his JB ain't never gonna get there.
Right.
Because that's the pantheons of pantheons.
Right.
Because in order for you to get there, you have to have an equal adversary to help you rise to get there.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? The league is not that. The league is not. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I said the league is so happy and they wanted another game. They really wanted game 7, right? Because it was the natural adversary. Wemby, Brunson, David, Goliath, and they were playing.
Which guy was Goliath in this situation?
Oh, Wemby's. Oh, well, it turned out that JB was Goliath.
JB is Goliath, and Wemby is David, right?
It started out. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. When he mushed JB in the head.
Wemby, you.
It would have been.
They knew. That's when I knew they couldn't beat us. Because now you're just trying to start fights.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you suspended so we could beat you this way. No, bro, it's not gonna work. Then they all tried it.
Yeah.
Castle ran through.
That's when you know.
Castle ran through JB.
And damn it.
Yeah. Castle hit JB with a Castle hit JB with a straight forearm. Castle is 3 inches taller than JB.
Yeah.
Why is his forearm up to his face? You didn't see that, ref? How could you not see that? JB is the smallest guy in the court. How could you not see the smallest guy in the court getting?
Look at what we had to go through just to get our championship. Bro, we had to play against everybody, including the refs,
including the league.
It just makes it that much better.
Including
just makes
the league.
It feel so much better because you knew that they didn't want us to win. They were doing everything that they could to prolong that series, everything that they could, except put the ball in the basket, and that wasn't going to work because not only did we play incredible defense, those dudes was being choke artists over there. They were not ready for that moment.
Right.
No,
they were not ready for that decent defensive intensity that was coming at them. They were not ready. They thought they were ready, but they were not ready. They got outcoached. They got outplayed, outsmarted. It was total annihilation. People won't tell you that because they'll look at that score, but that's exactly what it was. That was pure dominance on the Knicks' part. That team was not ready to be on the floor with them.
No. And you're asking, I heard somebody talk about, they should have had more out of Harper. I'm like, what more do you want out of a rookie player? Dear God, outside of Magic Johnson's historic moments, rookie players don't do that.
No, they don't.
You wanted more out of him?
And while his future is really, 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 really bright in this league, Dylan Harper's going to be a beast. He wasn't ready for the moment either.
Yeah, I'm like,
it was
he wasn't
collectively
ready for the
a team
either.
thing. It's collectively a team thing. They were not ready for the moment.
That's it.
And it's okay. That's okay. They're young.
That's okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's not even a knock to them. They're very young players. It was their first rodeo. They're very young, and they wasn't ready. And they took their opponent for granted. They didn't believe that the Knicks were the better team.
But I ain't giving them tanking ass motherfuckers no credit for shit.
Y'all
tanked y'all way. They tanked their way to some fucking talent. They was playing Jeremy Sohan at point guard so that they can get Wemby in the damn draft. And I ain't giving their ass credit. And I'm sorry, y'all, about cussing on a Sunday.
We know how they got their talent. I'm just talking about collectively on the floor at the time. They wasn't ready.
But that's the history. That's the history of San Antonio.
Right. They tanked to get Tim Duncan.
They tanked for Robinson, tanked for Duncan. That's the history of San Antonio. And the league allows them to do it.
Right. For them to survive. For them to survive, they gotta tank.
But that's every anybody but the Knicks.
but Tori, for that reason but for that reason though is the reason why I'm saying what JB did with the resources available is nothing short of the greatest championship that we've seen probably this century so far. So they've been 26 NBA champs this century. And I think the Knicks being the NBA champs is the greatest championship story of anything that we saw, at least this century. Not a previous, not the 90s. I mean, I don't know. You can kind of, find, you can maybe say the Baltimore Bullets, maybe somebody, the Seattle Supersonics in 79, whatever you could find, but for sure, in a tanking environment for the Knicks to go the opposite way and say chemistry, we'll take chemistry over tanking, and then do it and accomplish it is nothing short of a miracle in my mind.
Well, I'll argue the Knicks championship is even greater than those guys, even though it's errors and it's hard to compare errors because people are different, people are no longer here, so forth, right? But here's the difference to me. The league was only half its age.
Okay.
See, when we talk about the 70s, the league was only 25 years old.
Right.
See what I'm saying? The league is virtually young. The fans who from the 70s, they remember Nate Sweetwater Clifton and I can't remember the brother's name that Amari broke his 30-point record streak. His name is gonna come to me, but I can't remember. He's passed away. The league, our pops and people like that, they remember those guys because the league was so young.
Right.
They didn't have to endure we've had to endure pain and suffering without payment until now. That's the difference.
That's the difference, bro. Absolutely.
See what I'm saying? The league is the league is young. There's teams in and out. You know, people don't even remember. You know, Jersey is originally a New York team. Goes to Jersey, comes back.
Rochester, then Long Island, right?
Long Island, then Jersey. They played in the Armory in Newark somewhere.
Yeah, they played it. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Knicks wasn't playing with them.
Right.
The Knicks was like, nah, y'all can't be anywhere. We ain't get enough money.
Right.
In this situation here. That's how they end up with Doc.
Yeah.
Because the Knicks took the money instead of taking Doc.
The Knicks sued them in federal court. And the Knicks sued them, and it's the reason why, y'all. I know the story, man. It's like my uncles and them used to tell me before all my uncles started checking out, man. They used to tell me the story over and over and over and over. They was like, man, New York only needs one basketball team, and the Knicks kept suing them. They sued the Nets one time for $7 million and won. They didn't even have enough. The Nets didn't have enough money to give their guys lunch after that.
No.
Right. Yeah, and then they sued them again for 2 years later for $5 million.
But the Knicks was short-sighted.
Yeah.
Because they're taking the money, thinking we're gonna take the money and you'll be dissolved.
Basically.
You'll be scattered to the wind.
Basically.
So I'm like, they have product. They got dope on the table. What are we talking about? They got Doc right here. They got all of the good candy that would drive you bananas. They got the Jolly Ranchers. They got everything on them drive you crazy. They got Doc right here.
Right.
And you're gonna forego Doc.
They could have just took Doc and some money, but they was like, nah, we want to destroy you.
Made no sense.
Yeah.
But that was then. I'm sure Leon wouldn't have done that.
And that's why Larry, and for people that don't know the story, that's why Larry O'Brien didn't let Kareem Abdul-Jabbar go to the Knicks, because the Knicks was suing the Nets in federal court. And so they finagled Kareem going to the Lakers. So it's a bit, all of that stuff that I'm telling y'all right now leads up to the frozen envelope. Like there's legit 81. There's a story that comes out in Sports Illustrated or parts of it that's like snitching on Larry O'Brien. And then the Knicks are threatening them over the years to let the story out. And the NBA is like, okay. I tell you what we'll do. When the lottery comes, we'll give y'all the number one pick. And David Stearns, the brand new commissioner, knows his job by the owners is to give the Knicks the number one pick, but they have to get it. These envelopes, you got to pick the right envelope. Right. And so instead of putting a mark on the envelope where people on TV can see where the envelope is marked, they froze it. So when David Stearns, he's like, oh, that one cold, let me put it back. That one cold, let me put it back. That one cold, let me put it back. And so he gets and then that's how you get Pat Ewing. So, but anyways, AD, you know that is like a rock in my shoe. We could have had Kareem and Dr. J. Instead, we get Pat. I love you, Pat.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Hey, thank y'all everybody for coming through. I'm sorry, AD, for talking so much, man.
No,
but you be putting a rock in my shoe, dog.
You were the shoe and the rock today. You know, doing this to us, doing this to support me and Tory B. You know, getting us in this point guard con. We don't ruffled feathers. You know, make people like, hey, that's our guy.
Well, that's what before.
I'm not gonna apologize for loving my guy.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? That's my dude. That's my dude. But let's leave it right there. Tori, thanks for coming through. You know, you can always come through for real. We love the energy. Absolutely. We don't know where this journey started, but we know where it ended with you once again with the New York Knicks, the 2026 champions. Look for me, Tory B, and Uncle Freezy in the whirlwind. Garvey.
Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so smooth he does not require a chaser. Your main man, the real, still the real Anthony D. And your main man, Jersey's finest, the hood representative, Uncle Freezy.